All right, we're going Legge thoughts for the first week of college football, week 0 or -1. Anyway, an exciting weekend. Not a lot of great football. Notre Dame looked better than anybody else. Like it kind of wasn't close. And I thought USC and Vanderbilt both left a lot to be desired. Um, yeah, look, Notre Dame is going to give people some trouble. They've got Ohio State on their schedule. There was no one that I saw this weekend that Georgia should be nervous about. I don't think that that's something that's problematic right now. I think if you watch SC, they have some extremely explosive players. They are not very well disciplined, generally speaking. They had 8 penalties, which is not the end of the world, but it's probably kind of getting a little too far north for me. And then on their defense is not where it needs to be. I mean, San Jose State certainly could have had 5 touchdowns in that game. They wound up with 4. They certainly could have had 5. But SC can score. Stop me if you've heard that before. That's something that that's not new. But I thought Vanderbilt should have probably put Hawaii away, and they did not. I mean, they were up 21 in the fourth quarter, and that game got back down to 7. So I wasn't. That was not unbelievable. But I really did think that Navy would kind of fight with Notre Dame a little bit more. That did not happen. So those were the 3 teams that I watched really more than anybody else. The San Jose State quarterback is really good. San Jose State a year ago nearly beat Auburn. Auburn I think was losing at the half. That's not a bad San Jose State offense. The defense, I mean, I don't know. SC has got guys, man. Caleb Williams. So here's what I'm trying to say about USC. Is that they've got so many different guys that are explosive and that can, do stuff that masks a lot of their deficiencies in terms of, stuff like, just Caleb Williams getting pressured too much, period. He's just getting pressured too much for my liking. And, the touchdown, one of the touchdowns in the first half for them was him picking up a ball he dropped and barely had time to collect himself and throw the ball deep down the field. He had pressure the whole night. It felt like just too much pressure. The clowns that were calling the game, I mean, look, the guys are not that bad. One guy's kind of a Hall of Fame guy, but man, they just were so in the bag for SC. It was just like, y'all, they're destroying the conference that you work for. What are you talking about? So the whole thing was just amazing to me. You know what else is amazing? Our friends at EkoPoly. Are you looking to transform your backyard into a sustainable oasis? Look no further than EkoPoly's outdoor furniture, and this is one of those. Okay, our mission is to provide you with high-end outdoor furniture that not only redefines comfort and style, but also contributes to a greener planet. EkoPoly is built in Georgia. They're doing that in Dodge County. Okay, I've been sitting in this now for a little bit. It's a very, very nice chair. This is a rocker. You can't, we're somewhat constricted by reality as it relates to how we sit and set up in the office and even outdoors. This is very nice. I weigh 250 pounds and I have no problem getting in and out of the chair. It's very comfortable. But 20-year warranty on that. Made in Dodge County. Okay, Eastman. So I thought last night, really, the big thing to me was, or yesterday, I should say, again, Notre Dame, they have the schedule to make the case for a playoff. They're not going to go undefeated. I mean, they host Ohio State, they play Clemson, and they play USC. They can lose all 3 of those games. There's some other games they can lose as well. However, I will say this. I think if they get to the end of the year with 1 loss, they very well could be in the playoff. There's no game outside of Ohio State that I would say they are sort of certainly going to lose, and I'm sort of certainly curious in that more than anything else. One last thing to promote here because we're going to run out of time with this. Sign up for Dog Post. The link is down below, just with the EkoPoly link. Sign up down below. You're going to get 1 month of Dog Posts, and in addition to that, you're going to get our 2023 preview for free. You're going to get 20% off any item in the store that Red Zone's got online that comes with your order. You're going to get an email. You're going to get a free T-shirt. Any T-shirt. I mean, excuse me. They're going to send you a T-shirt. Red Zone. This is the shirt. This is one of the sweatshirts you can get the 20% off. You can. There's no shortage of things. Panoramic stuff. If you bought Double Dogs, I will give you a month for free, no charge. Okay, but you need to sign up today. This offer is going away. Period. It's going away. It's not coming back. But I think with SC, there's going. So let me talk about Notre Dame just for a second here, because what I saw yesterday was two teams that people are going to talk about being top 10 teams. I mean, to me, Notre Dame looked better than SC yesterday. That was just me. To me, I expected more from Vanderbilt, but no one's talking about Vanderbilt being a challenging team for the national championship. They are talking about SC, and SC's not there yet. They're not there. I do wonder if Caleb Williams can yank these guys to the playoff. I don't know after yesterday, because I think they'd lose to Notre Dame, and I'm not so sure they win that league. And I think that, we looked yesterday at two potential playoff teams. And for Notre Dame, they got to go on the road to Clemson. So they'll probably be a slight underdog in that game. I don't think they're going to be a massive underdog, because right now Clemson is a 12-point dog against Duke on the road. That is not very much. I thought it would be more than that, but they're not. So bettors are saying, oh, okay, we're not real, we don't have a huge confidence we don't have huge confidence in Clemson. So Notre Dame's biggest challenge is probably their home game against Ohio State, but it's a home game. And we saw a season ago that Ohio State team that pushed Georgia to the brink, Notre Dame was really fighting with them the whole time. I didn't see yesterday something that makes me think Georgia's path to the national championship is more complicated because of USC. I'm not sure I see that with Notre Dame either. I mean, the thing about football, and this was the case when I was watching Buford on Friday night, is you need to take advantage of your opportunities. Like in that Buford game, there was a 17-point swing in a matter of 2 drives. KJ Bolden drops a pick 6. Buford drives the ball, misses a field goal, and then 2 plays later or whatever it was, Mallard Creek scores a touchdown. I mean, Mallard Creek had no business scoring touchdowns against Buford, but one play can happen. So then all of a sudden, rather than being up, say 10-0, you're down 7-0, 17 points. With Navy, they drove down the field. They didn't get any points on their first drive. Had they gotten that, maybe you have a bit of a game. Notre Dame was just a better team. And the Wake quarterback, man, Notre Dame, I'm just saying, Notre Dame looked good. Do they look good enough to knock off, Clemson on the road? Do they look good enough to beat Georgia? Do they look good enough to beat SC? I don't know where that game is. I think it's at Notre Dame, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they look good enough. And they host SC and Ohio State, and they can go down to Clemson and win. Now, they've not beaten Clemson down there. They've beaten Clemson at South Bend. Those are not the same thing. It's a tough environment at Clemson. So there's nothing in Notre Dame's way. They play Tennessee State. They go to NC State. That's a game to watch. And then Central Michigan before they play Ohio State. And let's just say that they lose to NC State, which I do not suspect will happen. But okay, let's just say that happens. If they run the table from that point forward, they will still get to the playoffs. So this is a situation where if you're Georgia, last year Georgia didn't lose a game, so there's nothing to worry about. If you're not losing the game, we're not even talking about this. But I did think Notre Dame looked good. I was not overly impressed with SC. I mean, I think for USC, the defense is better. It is, but the offensive line doesn't seem to be. And the defense still gave up way too many chunk plays, way too many points. And I'm saying that in a non-dismissive way. What I'm trying to say there is San Diego State's quarterback San Jose State's quarterback is the real deal, man. He's trouble. This is his 6th year playing college football. He is a good player. He's got wheels. He can throw it. He can run it. They don't have weapons. So it sort of became the, I can't remember his name show. And that was really what it was. But I think, if you're Notre Dame, you've got to feel pretty good coming out of this weekend. Vanderbilt, we're going for 2 after the first touchdown of the season and you don't get it. I mean, like, why are we doing that anyway? Just kick the damn thing, man. Just kick the ball through the uprights and settle into the season. I didn't like that. I don't think that was a Clark Lee thing, but hey, man, you're the coach and your kids did it. So it's on you at some point. But I thought this weekend, we've entered the best stretch of college football. This is the best time. And I mean that in the most loving way. You've got a lot of really good games coming up. And you've got games spread out. So you've got the Gators on Thursday night at Utah. I don't know who's going to win that game because I don't know who the quarterback at Utah is going to be. You've got Tech on Friday night. You've got Michigan State on Friday night, if that matters to you in any way. Obviously on Saturday you've got the so-called full slate. It's not really a full slate, but you got Georgia at 6 o'clock. You can watch Michigan at noon on Peacock. If you kind of want to sort of watch the 3:30 game, there's some decent 3:30 games. And then even when we get done with Georgia at night, there's a late night game. There's several late night games on the West Coast. And then on Sunday, you've got the Florida State LSU game. You also have a Big Ten game with Rutgers is hosting Illinois or somebody. So, I know it's Big Ten light, but still. And then, on Monday night, you've got Clemson-Duke, which that game, it's at Duke, but I really thought Clemson would be a bitter. It's like maybe Vegas is waving a warning flag on them. I don't know. That does not seem like very much. And I mean, Duke is not good. So it's not them. But I thought it was a good weekend of college football. I was very excited to get it. I was not impressed. Generally speaking, I do think Notre Dame was the best team that I saw. Thanks for watching.